What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Dragon Ball Legends video on Dragon Ball Central. Today we have two major bits of news, one that's official and one that's a complete leak that we need to talk about. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing to talk about today, obviously the reason most of you are going to be clicking on this video is that GOGETA and JANEMBA have been all but officially confirmed. Now we do have people like Rhymestyle, like the DB Legends Reddit account on Twitter that have been teasing this for a few weeks now, and we definitely knew that something big was coming. It appears that in collaboration with, the sort of movie re-release that's coming out very, very soon in the theaters, we are going to be seeing a GOGETA and JANEMBA banner drop in Dragon Ball Legends early on in November. Now, that is really, really exciting for a lot of reasons, mainly because that is one of the sort of end game units that, we all were looking for from the beginning of the game that, is going to be very unique, most likely very powerful, usher in sort of a new meta. Very exciting all around, and I cannot wait to see, the tags that they use, the Z abilities, unique abilities, main abilities that they have on him. I think it's going to be really awesome. And then JANEMBA, for a lot of reasons, is also a really, really exciting unit. And again, the tag's going to be something that really define exactly what team he's going to end up being on. But either way, very, very exciting news coming from that particular leak. I can't wait to see how they're implemented into the game. I have a few ideas that we might discuss in a future video if you guys do want to see that. But otherwise, I'd like you guys to go down to the comment section below. Let me know what you think their move sets are going to be. What do you think their unique abilities are going to end up being? Because they're going to be unique. You can be absolutely certain of that. Now, guys, the other thing we have to talk about today, the less fun, less exciting bit of news that we got was that they have now acknowledged sidestepping and dash stepping and are going to be correcting or changing them. Now, we don't know what that means. They're going to be adjusting them in a future update, which I'd imagine is going to be, the next big 7-hour update that we're going to be getting. And how are they going to be changed? Well, your guess is as good as mine at this point, but I will outline exactly how I think they're going to be changing it, if I had to guess. So guys, if I had to actually hazard a guess as to how they're going to be nerfing sidestepping and dash stepping, I would imagine they're probably going to make it so you can't string together combos nearly as much. Now, this could mean a nerf to the key restore in the sidestep, or it could mean a nerf to the actual card draw from sidestep, making it so you're probably not going to first off be able to use your characters that have a reduced cost in certain arts cards very significantly, or at least as significantly as before. Your red Super Saiyan Vegeta specifically comes to mind, where his arts cards are going to be reduced to 5, but you're probably not going to be able to draw them at the rate that you need to be able to take advantage of the situation. Now, I would imagine that's probably the way they're going to go. Another way that they could go is making it so it's entirely removed from the game, making it so sidestepping is absolutely pointless other than canceling. Obviously, it says here that arts moves can be canceled by swiping among other controls, and high-level combos can be created by skilled players. So it seems like they're insinuating that it was somewhat intentional, that it can be used to cancel, or that it can basically be used to cancel arts moves. I do think that was entirely intentional. Maybe the degree of advantage given by a sidestep is not intentional, though, and that's what they're aiming to correct here. Well, I don't like this. I like having more in-depth tech in games. I like having the additional feature of being able to add to the combo ability that every single character already has. And then it also, by default makes some characters more relevant than they would have been otherwise. For example, Heart Virus Goku, who's been in a sort of like, I guess, weird position lately with the new units that have been coming out. He's definitely still usable right at this moment, but as of this update, when it's released, I mean, depending on the way that they do go for this nerf, it's very possible he becomes entirely irrelevant beyond repair. So we'll have to see how they do actually implement this supposed adjustment or nerf. I hope that it's not too significant. I hope that it's not going to kill any depth that PvP had already, because I feel like a lot of people that are, turned over from being a casual player into the sort of hardcore PvP side of the game, the endgame competitive side of the game, are really going to be put off by this change. It really only benefits casual players, but the problem is that that's going to be something that's fixed now currently and will make a lot of casual players happy, but casual players haven't been turned over to endgame at this point, and the only way that you're going to turn them over to endgame is by having some additional depth to the game, some additional thing to get good at, do, or otherwise just expand on what we already know is possible in the game. You know, team building is something that's huge in other more casual laid-back games, and obviously some people in PvE team building based games are going to be really into it. We see that a lot with Dokkan, so this is not going to be a game killing move by any means, I don't think. Some people are sort of overstating how significant this change is. It really just means that the hardcore dedicated players are probably going to be a little bit upset about it. It's basically going to become, you know, whoever gets that second Rising Rush first, or whoever has, you know, a bigger wallet to just drop on characters. And what really irks me about the way that they've actually worded this, you know, we're getting into, you know, my opinion land here, but it says that sidestep and dash step provide too much of an advantage. Now, I don't really understand this because it's something that's equal on either side. If you get good at the techniques here, which are not very difficult to pull off, you know, I actually just sat down and talked to someone that basically has been using dash stepping since it actually was created. I talked to someone about it and instantly was able to jump into a match with the technique described to me, you know, and then was able to actually pull it off. And I haven't been consistent with it yet, but I'm definitely getting a lot better at it, you know. Sidestepping is super easy no matter who you are, no matter what you're using to play the game. So I don't really understand why they're saying it provides too much of an advantage, because it provides an advantage to those who, you know it versus those who do not know it, but everybody can learn how to do it. It is not going to be, you know, pushing people out of the way like, for example, getting a 7-star limit broken team might, because otherwise, you know, there's really not a lot of counterplay now to a 7-star limit broken team. That provides too much of an advantage. Even though I kind of disagree, I don't think it really provides that huge of an advantage, you know. I would say that that's more of a better example of something that provides too much of an advantage compared to sidestepping and dash stepping, which is something that literally anybody can do, anybody can learn how to do. And I guess that the only thing that people are going to say is that, you know, hey, it's not something accessible for players that have really bad connection. Well, the thing is they shouldn't be playing online if they have a bad connection. That's bad enough that, you know, they can't use sidestepping or dash stepping. You simply should not be playing online competitive games like this. It's just the fact of the matter here. You know, I'm just being totally frank and honest with you guys about my opinion on this, because I'm a little bit irked at the moment that they would see this and see all the complaints by casual players and respond with something that's going to, I guess, put down your more dedicated players. It's going to make it so the game isn't as enticing, isn't as engaging, and obviously going to make it so, you know, your pay-to-win players, so to speak, your whales that drop thousands of dollars on the game, get everything to 7 stars, are obviously going to have a major advantage, and most likely people are going to have a much harder time actually trying to deal with their teams. Whereas beforehand, if you were better at sidestepping, dash stepping, and general tech in the game, then you actually had a fighting chance against a whaled out 7-star limit broken team. I've actually beat them a couple times. I know a lot of you guys have had similar experiences. So all around, this is kind of just an upsetting change. And I hope that, again, we're overstating it here. I hope that it's being exaggerated how significant it's going to be in the community, and that they do just sort of give us something like there was a suggestion that maybe, you know, the value of damage output over time, you know, as you string combo after combo after combo, arts card after arts card after arts card together, maybe the value of them, you know, diminishes over time, like pretty much every other fighting game, you know, where towards the end of the combo, you're not going to be doing nearly as much damage as you do towards the start of the combo. I hope they do something like that. That would be pretty much the best way to change it, in my opinion. And it does say in the game that that's actually something that does happen already. It just doesn't happen very much. It's not very impactful, and I think they could definitely make it more impactful, and that would allow us to still have sidestepping and dash stepping in the way that they are currently implemented, but make them a little bit less ridiculous on the just pure damage output front, you know? But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about this change. I just can't get behind any of this message. I can't get behind it. It's not too much an advantage if everybody can do it, in my opinion. I don't understand it. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. As always, again, let me know in the comments what you think. This is a hot button issue in the community. Lots of people talking about it. Lots of people discussing it at length, and the ins and outs of them deciding to go and nerf sidestepping and dash stepping, possibly even completely removing it. So just let me know in the comments. Let's have a discussion about it. And we'll make another video about it in the future when they do announce whatever changes they're going to be making. And hopefully this isn't, you know, a depth killer, because right now it really feels like that. But until the next one, guys, peace.